All right. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Let's hope the sound and everything's okay. I had to reduce the sound quality because it's been manic. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, after the last update, seems like the microphone is actually picking up a lot more volume. I have no idea how it's picking up a lot more sound. So I've had to reduce it to minus 14 dB just to keep it in balance. It's unbelievable because I did see one of yesterday's video and oh my God, the sound was just quality was just awful. So without delaying anything, let's go straight into the subject today. So today's topic, guys, is a very simple topic, and I want to showcase the one of the charts that I talked about, frame it and this and that. And what I want to say is exactly what the title said. Are you ready? Right. So we know that when the bull run 2.0, technically, our brother mentioned this, bull run 2.0. Whether we call it 2.0, whether we call it continuation, whatever we call it, doesn't matter. The most important thing right now, right, for everybody is, are we ready? Okay, are we ready to take this to the next level? Number one. Number two, are we ready to exit? Do you have an exit plan? Right? It's a key. Do you have an exit plan? Because where we are now, as you can see, we're coming to, I mean, those higher levels, we haven't gone there yet. We will get there. But this is one of my old charts I asked people to frame, and you can see this is just beautiful, right? So this was a line we put on at some point. I forgot when we put it. Honestly, it's so old, this chart, right? We've had the lines, and you can see we were holding support on this. I was shocked because I just briefly just looked at this. I was like, wow, we actually found support exactly here. This is unbelievable. This is awesome. You know, what's the next level? Well, the next level is here. But this is not an important chart, right? For now, currently, this is where we are. We've re-entered this box. And we're trying to close the gap, right? And we talked about the difference between closing the gap. And if you look at this particular chart here, this particular measurement tool, well, the gap is now closing, right? For us, if we get to this, we're not that far from getting to that 50. We're about 16, 17K away, right? So about 26%. We just need a 26% move, right? And what we're looking for is if we can do minimum, say 5% a day, that would be awesome, right? So far, we're doing approximately 3% and then having a bit of a dump, but we want to do at least 5% a day continuously. If we can do this, and on a weekly, if we can do that 26%, we did that. And the thing is last week or the week before, we did a nice little 20% pump, 25% pump. We can do this. This is absolutely possible for us to go to that level. So this is what we want to do. We want to move and we want to go back to that all-time high. We're not that far, guys. We're not that far. We're so close. We're so we can just about touch it. You know what I mean? So close we can touch it. So that's where we want to go. And so far, everything's looking awesome. We're looking at the daily, and as you can see, every time, and these are the lines that we put on, we were creating these support resistance areas. These were actual support zones we were creating, and we're moving up. And right now, you can see we're creating a brand new support zone inside the box. I'm so happy. You know, I'll be even more happy if we can go sideways for a few more days and then move forward, right? So this is just a little analysis, right? But we're going to go into the talk and talk about what you should be doing, right? The market's heating up, you know, are you prepared, right? This is the important thing. And also this is the same chart. It's just, I've just done a line chart here just to show how we're bouncing on these lines. And we drew this on yesterday's video, the day before's video. Also remember, because the RSI and stochastic are high, we are expecting a dump. We're expecting a good correction, but we just haven't had it, right? Everything is pointing that we should be having a good dump, but we haven't. So let's see what happens. I mean, weekly, we're still kind of in a good zone. We haven't really peaked out yet. So we're still okay on the weekly. And on the monthly, we're very low, whereas we are going to go and peak up again at some point. But right now, monthly is very bullish, showing us that perfect time to enter. Weekly showing, okay, we're just about getting there. On the daily, saying that, okay, we might be a little bit high, guys, you know, but we can expect to go even higher. That's not an issue. We have done it previously. We can do it even now. So far everything looks solid, right? I'm not really that fussed about it, right? Everything, yep, awesome. No issues at all there. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum is doing okay, not a problem. One thing somebody mentioned to me, and this was quite funny, they mentioned how Ethereum is forming a wedge, and it was quite subjective, and I thought, okay, you know what, anybody could do this. You can literally draw a pattern anywhere, right? So what they did was they literally put a line here, and they put another line here, and they said, well, look, we got an ascending wedge. An ascending wedge is bearish, absolutely, but you can't just put an ascending wedge here. This is a continuation pattern from here. This is a continuation pattern from here. So that kind of, threw things off a little bit. And so end of the day, remember this area here, we don't really have any traffic because the way we dropped here, we don't really have much traffic. The only traffic, if we were to say we do have some traffic, for example, if we did want to pick on an area, we can pick on this specific area inside this particular box, bring it all the way down here and say, well, look, if we did have traffic, this would be a traffic zone. We can actually confirm that with the line charts, and you can see the lines, bottom of the line, top of the line. You can confirm this, and you can say we've just entered this traffic zone, if there was any traffic, by the way. All right, so this doesn't really, just by putting it here, it's quite subjective. So please do understand how some of the stuff do work. People can put it on a different time frame and say, well, this is what we're seeing. Yeah, but that's the continuation of this. So when you do want to put a line, you should be putting a line like this from here to here, right? And then putting a line from here to here, and then say, well, look guys, we've had a parallel channel. That's fine, that's not an issue. You can say this could break down, right? But so far we seem to be holding. But then again, when the momentum is moving up, really these things sometimes don't even bother, because what you're looking at is momentum, right? And momentum means you're looking at these longer time frame, bigger time frames, and you can see stochastic RSI is solid here, right? It's showing that we're in a good zone. We're low, we should be going back up. Okay, on a daily, on the RSI maybe it's slightly high, but other than that, really nothing. Even here is bullish as well. Ethereum has loads of room to grow here. So it's saying stochastic RSI is low on the weekly. So I hope this kind of makes sense, right? So whatever pattern somebody's showing you, you got to be very careful on what you're looking at. Are you an hourly trader? If you're an hourly trader, of course, this is a bearish divergence forming here. This is bullish, right? This is not so, it's in the middle. So the RSI is in the middle. Stochastic RSI is very bullish, showing us this is a great time to buy, all right? But we have a bearish divergence because the market, everything's trending up and we're close to this. We might break down. Of course, that's not an issue. But can you really use this to then dictate what you're going to do in the next 24 hours or the next 40 hours? Absolutely not. What you need to do, if you're going to do 24 hours, you need to look at it on a 24-hour time scale. You know what I mean? And then do it on that. So I hope this kind of makes sense, kind of answers somebody's questions as well. So hold on, let me just see if there's anybody on the chat. Nobody on the chat. So if you're on the chat, guys, say hi. Hashtag SD crypto. Hashtag SD crypto. That's what you need to do. So if you're in the chat, just hashtag me. And what do you call this? If you're new to the channel, guys, like, share, subscribe, and support the channel. The channel's just growing immensely. I've been having minimum, and I observe this, I've been having minimum at least, and this is the least of the least, right? 1 subscriber a day constantly, okay, to some points where I've even had like 10 to 15 subscribers per day. And it's a new channel, right, guys? It's a very new channel. I don't get as many live views as many others do. I don't know, maybe my thumbnail, maybe my straightforward nature, maybe the way I just kind of talk to people, too straight up. I'm not in here for shilling anything. I'm not trying to entertain anyone. Maybe that's what it is. But ultimately, guys, what you're going to get here is just pure facts, nothing else, right? So when you're looking at certain data, we want to make sure the data is 100% accurate. We don't just want to go and give you some false data or give you these kind of idea where you're going to be panicking. You don't know. Or when we're talking about this, or we're giving you bigger data means that, okay, yes, there is a bearish divergence on the daily, but ultimately, when the market's moving upwards, the momentum is upwards. Well, there's no reason for us to think anything negative. When we start seeing, the bearish nature on here, if we start seeing these become bearish, that's when we need to understand. So this the trend line and the RSI is confirming definitely, we've got a bearish divergence forming, we're too high, we're going to come down, absolutely. But the stochastic RSI is giving us a complete different story. So there's one, so you've got two agreeing, one disagreeing. That says, okay, we might have a 50-50 chance of continuously moving up. So you can take that, but we do know the momentum's been up the whole time, and this was the key level for us to break, and we broke that, and currently we're finding resistance on this specific candle here. If you look carefully, I'll show you, let me bring it closer. So this particular area here, this is where we're finding a bit of a resistance. So if I just draw another box here just to show you what we're looking at. So this area here, and I'll change the color so you do understand what we're talking about. So this particular blue box here is pretty much what we're finding resistance, and the resistance is now reflecting here. That's all it is, nothing else, guys. So let's see what happens. I mean, if we've been doing this and so far we've been going up, and we have been expecting a dump, actually, I'll be honest with you, we have been expecting a dump. All right, so if you look carefully, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and we have been expecting a bearish week. Okay, this could be the start of a bearish week, but even then it's a higher low. That's a bullish higher low, and we've just on Monday, this could easily pump up, right? This is only giving you the last how many hours. Let's see how many hours. This is technically giving you, let's have a look and see. This is giving you 13 hours data, guys. 13 hours data. You see what I mean? It's giving you 13 hours data. That's all it was. The market could easily open slightly bearish. Absolutely fine. And that's exactly what it is. You see this daily candle? That's all you're seeing, is you're just seeing 13 hours data. So I wouldn't fuss too much about it. Now let's go into some good news today. Good news. Best news of all, we talked about Solana, and Solana broke out. Solana smashed through, ripped through all-time highs. Currently, Solana is sitting at a new all-time high. Okay, new all-time high. It was $64, create a brand new all-time high, and it's beautiful to see. In fact, one of the most beautiful things to see here, and I'll get back to the RSI and stochastic, the most beautiful thing to see here was how it respected this 1.2 Fibonacci. It was beautiful how it just about touched it and then came down again. This is beautiful. So when I'm looking at this, right, and I'm seeing this fib level and everything, and I'll put it back here. Let me give me a second. Let me put it here. Let me put it correctly, right? When you're looking at here, no, sorry, body. This is why I have it on line chart, because on the line chart, guys, you can never miss the lines, right? Look, this line is exactly on the dot here. This is why the line charts are 100% more accurate than anything else you're going to see. So this is where we are right now. So we did peak, we had a wick there. The target right now is $76. I mean, if Solana carries on at this rate, guys, I'm telling you, $100 just around the corner, because now is the time to peak. And this is why I'm making this video as well. So we're going to get to that part where you have to be ready, right? And what you need to be ready for, right? So this is when we're going to start seeing peaking. So a lot of the major altcoins that we have, like the big altcoins, right? So we're looking at Ethereum, Binance, Cardano, even XRP, for God's sake, Dogecoin, right? You name it, everything. We've got 11,267. That's another 10 more than we had yesterday. But the point is, you've got 11,267. Out of those, let's just say top 100, top 200, or even top 300 coins are your major coins, right? And then the rest of them are your minor coins, right? So forget the minors. Let's look at the major coins. All of them are going to pump. They're all going to pump, right? So we need to be prepared. So we'll get to this in a second. Let's get back to the Solana. Solana did exactly. It's just awesome. I love what I'm seeing here on Solana. It was just beautiful. And this is what I wanted to show you. So when I was talking about how it touched that, so you can see this high line here, and this is put on automatically. And you can see that we wicked just on that. We just touched it and then came back down. And so far, everything seems awesome. Also, if you look carefully, one thing I would be worried about is this stochastic RSI on the daily is very high. Even the RSI is peaked out as well. RSI is peaked out 86, right? That's probably the highest it's ever been, right? So just be careful on the RSI. It might take a little bit of a dump if you are, if you're not hodling, right? So if you're not hodling and you want to just buy and make a little bit of gain, then what I would say is just expect it. Maybe if worst case scenario, it does have a dump, it will probably come back to the $56. You can pick it up again. Myself, I would say just hold. It's well worth holding right now. We might see a little bit of a dump, a little bit of a correction, but ultimately everything seems so bullish. I would just stick into it. Right, I'll just stick around for a little bit longer and see where this takes us. Luna, we talked about Luna not long ago. We were down here, somewhere down here. I think we were down here, right? If I'm correct, I can't remember exactly what price we were. We were like $3 or $4 when we talked about Luna, right? What was it? It was around here somewhere. It was around here when we picked on Luna, and so far everybody's been doing massive gains on Luna, and Luna also created a brand new all-time high. So we smashed through everything, guys. I don't need this particular one anymore. Now if we're actually trying to do a target and we say, well, what's going to be our latest new target, we can easily just take it from this particular candle here. We'll take it from today's candle, which we shouldn't do, but we'll take it right now, and let's take it from this range rather than taking it from any other range. So far we can see Luna there's a target of $31, right? $31. So Luna's looking awesome as well. Definitely, you know, we've got a brand new all-time high. I think we're going to smash through and we're going to create more. So again, looking positive, 100% positive. While we're on the subject, let's have a look at ADA. All right, let's have a look at ADA. Let's look at this one, for example. Yes, ADA. So we talked about ADA. ADA, you know, so far, there was a funny conversation we had the other day, or yesterday actually, was who's going to go and do the all-time high? Was it Cardano or was it going to be Solana? For us, I said it was Cardano, and somebody else said Solana, and Solana won. So, you know, you won, 1-0 to you. Next time we'll try and do it again. But Cardano was looking so good. But even then, even now, it's looking fantastic, guys. If you look at it, look at this. This is one weekly candle. And this is just Monday. This is just 13 hours data, right? We're so close to that line. Once we break above that one specific line, there's no stopping it, you know. And for me, Solana, the way I'm looking at it is any situations we should see, any kind of a major dump or anything, you know, would be around the 12th of September, because that's when Solana goes low. Now, either a dump we're going to see around the 12th of September, so people are going to hype into the market, more value is going to come in, more people are going to you know, pump the coin basically until the 12th. Then we might have some institutional players who decide to dump the coin, right? But either way, you're still going to be way better off, right? And I've been talking about Cardano since 2018, guys. Right? So I don't even want to go to that price because I know a lot of you guys just entered now, so we don't talk about it. But massive gains, and Cardano is one of those coins that I'm holding for a very long time. Also, let's go into another chart. Hold on, let me bring this chart. I want to have a look at the total market cap. We did peak out yesterday. We went to 205. We need to get to 2089. You can see we were just so close from going to that Fibonacci level. We're not that far, guys. In fact, if we adjust this now to how far we are, currently we were almost 30 billion away, and now if I do it on the body where we are currently, we're about 78 billion away. $78 billion is absolutely nothing. Also, if I adjust this one as well, just to see where we are, body, and if we look at this, guys, from all-time high, we're only $562 billion away, which is not actually impossible, right? So definitely coming there. Another one we want to look at, dominance. Let's have a look at dominance, Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance has been dropping, and we know what happens when Bitcoin dominance drops. Well, we have an altcoin pump, right? So that's what we have. And let's have a look and see how the altcoin market reacted to the BTC dump. This is how it reacted. Brilliant. Okay, it's not that far from the all-time high. It's definitely getting there. It just looks wonderful. So if we are going to continue on this trend, what are we going to actually expect? Let's have a look and see, right? So if we take it to this particular body here, we're going to go back to the previous all-time high, which is the $1.4 trillion, which is fantastic. I mean, the fibs are confirming that the all-time high is the target. Brilliant. So that's all good. Let's have a look at Ethereum dominance, right? Because that's a good indicator as well what's happening in the market. So far, Ethereum dominance, we did peak out a few days ago. We went almost close to that all-time high, but unfortunately we got rejected, right? But it's not bad news. You see what this means when you see BTC and Ethereum dominance drop, means all the other alts, so apart from these two, every other alt in the market is pumping. Everything else is pumping. That's what you see. You see small pumps here, but the biggest pumps happening here. I mean, look at this, you know, 15%, 13%, 35%, right? 7%. This is in 24 hours, 35%, right? When you're looking at these kind of gains, you know, even 10% here, right? 12%, 28% Terra Luna, 28%. Can you imagine? So this is the kind of stuff you're seeing. I mean, all of these, you're going to see massive pumps, guys. Massive pumps. Let's go into fear and greed. Fear and greed yesterday 72, day before as you can see 71, and it's just been kind of been around these numbers, which is awesome. So I'm really happy with this. This is really good. Looking at exchange balance, we talked about this and I zoomed in as well. We can see from the 28th, or actually from here, from the 26th of July, exchange balance for Bitcoin started to drop, and it's been dropping, right? And just to get a closer look, I went to Glassnode and you can see that it's been dropping, constantly dropping. So we're actually currently low, right? We haven't gone to these levels yet, but you know what, it's dropping. So the amount of coins in exchanges is definitely dropping off, which is really good to see. So this was something I was really happy to see. Also, you can see here inflow and outflow, more outflow than inflow. Again, guys, very happy to see all of this. Now let's get to the conversation that we wanted to have here all this time, right? So the biggest conversation we got. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We want to talk about the entire market cap. Obviously, you've been in the market, you've come in, you've joined, you could have joined when we were, so I'm going to get it to the total market cap. Actually, let's get it to the total market cap. Actually, no, let's get it to this one here, and we'll continue talking while we're here. Okay, so we'll continue talking while we're here. So there are some guys who bought BTC around here, okay, or most of the cryptos around here. Good on you, because you guys are well up and you're definitely hodling and you're keeping it up. That's fine. There are some guys who bought it around here. Again, great on you guys. You bought it around the beginning of this year, which is fine, right? You're definitely up, and you probably bought most of the alts around this particular area as well. Okay, and what I want to talk about is an exit strategy, right? You bought all these alts, you went up, and then you pumped out, but you forgot to, and this is for the guys who didn't take the money out, right? Very important. You didn't take your money out. You didn't take your initial investment out. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to talk about what you need to be thinking about doing right now. So you've bought around here, you've come back here, and you've started to recover. I'm not going to say take your money out with a loss. No, you don't do that. But if you're starting to make profits, you need to start thinking about taking your initial investment out ASAP. Why? Because this bull run, right, if you look carefully, started from here, March 2020. We're approximately 1.5 years, almost close to 1.5 years in this bull run, right? We're almost 1.5 years in this bull run, guys. So if we've come 1.5 years, how long do you think we really have left? How long do we have remaining? You know, we might potentially have another 6 months. We could easily have, maybe even like the longest, maybe another year. But that's just us being hypothetical, right? Let's be realistic, right? How long do we have until this market ends? So for the worst case scenario, we should be thinking more like, okay, if it says 6 months, we should be thinking 3 months. What are we going to do within the next 3 months? So I'm not giving you any financial advice here. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. So, and I'm doing myself, you do you. This is how I'm going to leave it there, right? Let's just go into this. So the argument here is whatever coins I've bought around these levels, my target is that I'm assuming, even if the bull run goes for another 6 months, if someone tells you it's going to go for another 2 years, 5 years, I don't care. For me, the next 3 months is key. Within the next 3 months, if we come to these levels, these 65, 58, 65 level, 70 level, whatever level, right? If we come to this all-time high for BTC, and altcoins also pump. So I'm following BTC as a signal for my alt. So when I get to a specific level, regardless how much it pumps, right, because I'm already in profit anyway, I'm going to be starting to get rid of my alts. Once all my alts are gone, one by one, I'm going to get rid of all of them, obviously for profit. If they're not in a profit, I'm not going to touch them. But the point is if they're in profit, I want to get... That's me sorted at the party. I'll watch it here, bro. No worries. Thank you, bro. Thank you. What I thought we were just getting warmed up. Sorry, I'm not sure. Okay. One second. Let me just... this guy's messaging me on WhatsApp for what? Bro, I'm on live. There you go. Just tell him I'm on live stream right now. He should be coming there. Okay, I'm not sure why you didn't get the alert, bro. But this is what it is. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, let's go. Let's stay in there. Let's focus on this, guys. If you want to message me, please, any comments, anything, put it in the stream. Throw your comments in there. If you have a specific coin you want to talk about, put it in the comments so I can talk about it. Other than that, do you know what? I can't be answering messages on WhatsApp or private groups. And also, I mean, WhatsApp private groups, right? There's members, right? Between 200-300 members, right? I know all of you guys watch it. If everybody gave a like on a video and if everybody left a comment on the video, this channel would go to the moon. So this is just for you guys, all you private members, right? I'm leaving it for you. So this is for the private members. Okay, let's get back into this. So what I'm planning to do is I'm using this as a target. If we start peaking out, and I'm assuming we've got 2-3 months. So for me, the next 2-3 months is crucial. I need to start taking my initial investment out, at least, if not get rid of the whole thing. So my plan is I'm going to be selling all of my altcoins apart from the ones that I'm holding, and even the ones that I'm going to be holding, I'm only going to be holding the profits. So any initial investments that I've made around here, any initial investments I've made around here, or any initial investments I've made around here, all of this initial investment is coming out. Okay, for the holding coins, and any pump coins that I jumped into, and I jumped into a lot of them, I'm definitely gonna take my the total amount out. So I'm 100% out of alts, right? I don't want to take a risk, because the thing is we're going to see this pump. We're going to have a dump at some point, right? If history rhymes, then we should see massive dumps similar to the 2017, similar to 2013, similar to even 2019. Technically, this is 2019. We pump, and then we dump, right? So the idea is I want to be out of all alts and ready for cycle the next season, right? Or you want to call it another cycle, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm not going to be bothered. This is me personally, so I'm not giving you any financial advice here. Any of my alts, I know out of the 11,000 11,267 coins, right? I'm just going to make an assumption here. This is just my opinion. 500 will survive, right? The others will suffer from drastic dumps, right? And a few hundred of these are going to vanish. Let's just say a few hundred of these are going to vanish. They're going to do rug pulls. They're going to go. They're high risk, right? So for that reason, what I want to do is my high risk coins, I'm going to get out of them 100%, right? That's what I'm going to do. Any coins I'm holding, right, I'm going to hold for another 5 years or so. I'm going to basically only take my initial investment out, so I have cash ready to deploy on the next cycle. If that makes any sense to you, that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's how I'm being ready for what's about to come. No point in you making 100k here or 200k here or 1 million here or 1 billion here, right? You've made all of this money. You've done 100x, you've done 200x, 500x. Some people have done 1000x. No point making all of that if you're only going to come back down and then have nothing to buy with. So this is why, because I'm all in, I'm 99.9% in. So for me, as soon as I hit these targets, the alts are going. As I said, even if I'm personally expecting this bull run to continue for another 6 months, or maybe even go for another year, the next 3 months is crucial for me to start exiting from my highest risk positions and holding enough cash on the side, and probably even leaving my holding portfolio, just moving it away completely. So that's what I'm going to be. That's my strategy. So when I'm talking about holding, I've been plain and transparent about that. I'm talking about Bitcoin. I'm talking about Ethereum. So what I'm saying is anything I've bought now, I'm going to take my initial out and leave the profit. Initial out, leave the profit. Initial out, leave the profit. Initial out, leave the profit. So there are a few coins here I will keep. I'll probably keep about 10 of them. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to keep about 10 of them, because my list is kind of a lot more diversified now compared to how it used to be before. Before it used to be only Bitcoin. Now it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, Uniswap, Chainlink, right? Even Litecoin, right? So there is a few coins out there. Percentage terms, how much do you expect to dump for alts, including good projects like ADA? Bro, when the market dumps, Just you've experienced this just recently, right? Let's just look at this. Recently, what did you see? Recently, Bitcoin dumped, all right? And let's do a percentage here. Look at this. You're gonna understand this. From the high to the low, how low did we dump? Look, 63%. Do you see what I mean? 63%. So when what did BTC do, right? So again, let's go to the monthly and just have a look at what did BTC do, right? From the high to the low. It's very simple maths to do. Let's just see what BTC did. So this was the high and this was the low point here. This one candle here was low, right? Bitcoin did 55, Cardano did 65. Right, 63%, 65%. So you see what I mean? The fall, when Bitcoin falls, everything falls harder. Even Cardano won't survive it. But luckily, what I'm trying to say is these are not coins that basically, like for example, Cardano wasn't ready for the last 5-6 years, right? 5 years, it wasn't ready. Right now they're almost ready, but still not. Even in what do you call this? September the 12th. When they are finally going to be when they are finally going to be releasing their doing their hard fork and releasing the smart contract, right, which they're testing right now, when they are going to be launching it, they're still not ready, right? But one thing that Cardano does bring is hundreds, if not thousands, of developers and new dApps and protocols which will all come in and contribute to this. So don't think about it like, oh, we might all of a sudden, I talked about it, I said, we might all of a sudden see 100, 200 more coins appearing here, right? But it's going to contribute, the value is going to contribute to this market cap, which is what we should be looking at. So are we foreseeing a decrease in ETH if it doesn't reach that line you mentioned? Decreased in what, bro? Decreased as in, explain to me what you mean by decrease. There's no such thing as a decrease. You see, if you're looking at total supply of Ethereum, it's not capped. So Ethereum will never decrease. This number will never reverse. It's only going to slow down. So even ETH 2.0, if they don't put a cap, it's only going to, like all the fee burn and everything, it's just going to slow down the supply, but it's never going to reduce. It's still going to be an inflationary. When you look at the coin market cap or CoinGecko, whichever one you like, look at this max supply level and have a look. Anything here is infinite supply. You see infinite supply, infinite supply. You can see whatever's infinite supply doesn't have a cap, right? So when you're talking about price, I see you're saying regarding the price, you see this particular level, we're not talking about a decrease. We're saying this is where we might face some problems. We might face heavy resistance around these areas. This is why these boxes are here showing you the exact location and why. This is the fact. So we're putting the fact on the chart to say, well, look where we are. If you look carefully at this particular level, there's a resistance level here, and also there's a resistance level here, and also there's a support level just here. And if you put this total area into a box, which we did, that blue box here, you end up seeing this is where we are going to be facing resistance. Luckily, this line here, we held it as support. We held this line as support exactly here, which is fantastic, right? Now we got to break above this line, and you can see we got rejected. Look, we got rejected just before reaching there. But listen, we have a few more days left. We might just go and test this. If we do test this, this is also fantastic. However, there's another funny fact happening right now, which is this is a local resistance that's happening right now, which is here. You see this line here? It's created a local resistance, which is fantastic, right? So what we're hoping to do is basically break out of this, confirm and break out of this, confirm and break out of this, and eventually shoot above this level here. Why this level? Well, if you come back here, you can see that we had one more level here, right? Where we basically had this one full body of candle where it was complete bearish, where we did have some bullish action here, but not much. It was mostly a bearish candle. This was an indecisive candle, so we don't really have to count this particular one, all right? And once we leave all of that, then look what we have here. We have this particular level here where we've got a local resistance formed up here as well, which we need to go up. So as you see, as we progress, we step up. But every time we do this, and especially if we do it in a few days, 1 or 2 days up and down, it's beautiful because it gives us an opportunity to create resistance and support zones. I mean, here, for example, when we dumped, right? We dumped all the way down here, and we created down here, we created a resistance, right? Or support, whatever you want to call it. And then on the way up, we created a resistance here. So what we're seeing is every time we're doing these levels, we're creating these brilliant support and resistance zones, which we have to beat and go above. And that's why we have these boxes telling us where we can expect that, right? So right now, good thing is we're in that zone. If we were below the zone, okay, it's a bit iffy, we might not go there. But what happened yesterday was fantastic. You know, this one green candle here, if you look carefully, and let me take the drawing off, look at this. This is a bullish hammer, right? So we've, you know, on a day when we were supposed to have a red, complete red, and we came all the way down here, and the bulls just came back and pushed it all the way up. I mean, look at this. This is the middle finger, right? Literally a middle finger, right? And this is what the bulls showed. So the bulls pushed it up. Here you can see that the candle opened bearish, bears were in control, but right now bulls pushed it back up again. All right, so I mean, actually we opened bullish, actually, in my bad, we did open bullish on this, but then the bears took control, and now the bulls have taken control, and this is what's happening. But we still have many hours left. As you can see, we have 10 hours left to confirm this candle. So far, if we're looking at both sides of the wick, this is indecisive, right? So we're still deciding, but so far, looking at, you know, if we look at slightly shorter time frames, we might be able to get more data. We can see there's been more bullish action here, which is okay, which is not bad. Even on an hourly, let's have a look at an hourly. Slight bearish right now, but check this out. Okay, this is awesome, right? So let's bring you into this hourly one. We leave everything as it is. You're gonna love this one. So looking at the hourly, look what we see, right? Looking at the hourly, this is what we've got, and this, my friends, is very bullish. This usually breaks out. Okay, this usually breaks out. This is fantastic, right? Usually breaks out. You see, on this particular one, we didn't really have that one. What we had here, if you look carefully, actually, let me show you better what I'm seeing. See this here? So let me make it more accurate. You see this here? This is what I'm seeing on this one, right? Obviously, I saw it, but I couldn't show it to you. On this one, it was quite different. On this one, it was more flat. And because it was flat, right? So we had this flat level here. We didn't really have too much of a upward, you know, a diagonal line here. This looked more like this, and because this looked like this, hold on, let me get it there, right? Because this looked like this, these ones, right? This kind of a descending triangle, right, or whatever you call it, like symmetrical. I don't know what you want to call it, but these triangles usually break down. Okay, they don't really break up as much. If it breaks down, it breaks down, but it got back into the channel, which is okay. But then again, this is, remember, this is all on a shorter time frame. If you look at a longer time frame, the whole perspective changes. If you look at a longer time frame, right, everything changes for us. So let's go on a daily and have a look. And you see, on a daily, everything changes because we don't even have those. We actually have an ascending triangle, which is technically bearish as well. So if we look here carefully, we can't even draw it because of the line chart, but we'll try to do something else. Let's try and do this. Hold on, let's try and do this. If we were to draw one, let's draw this. Let's put this here. Let's change the color, white for now. And let's do another one and do that one white as well. And what you see here is this particular candle here. So it's like an ascending triangle, and it is usually, ascending triangles are usually bearish. But you see, you got to look at it at different time frames, not just hourly or weekly or something like this. You have to look at it multiple time frames. But for me, I've always mentioned on this particular channel, one of the most powerful things. So for me, I like to look at the daily as my lowest time frame, and my weekly, you know, as a medium time frame. I don't even look too much at the monthly, because monthly can be slightly misleading, right? Monthly can be misleading, but weekly is a very, you know, daily for your daily, obviously. Weekly is a very good indicator to tell you what's going to happen. So forget how many reds you had in a day or how many whatever you had. As long as we see these patterns, we know what to expect next. We know that once we have too many greens, we're going to expect a red. You know, we're definitely going to see a red. But is the red going to be this week, or is the red going to be next week? The only way we can find out is on Sunday. That's the problem with the weekly, right? So daily, everything looks good, guys. Everything looks good. I'm not even fussed about it, right? You know, everything's looking good. I'm not, you know, even though it looks kind of bearish, the hourly candles, what they just said to me was just awesome, right? The hourly candles, what they're just showing to me, this is awesome. This will definitely go and bounce here and then hopefully try and shoot up again. I would love to see that. Let's see where that takes us, right? So, you know, let's go back to the subject that we were on, right? So the subject that we were on is this particular area here, right? The key right now, this is the video, right? The video is all about one thing here. You need to be prepared to exit. You do it whenever you do it, whether you do it in 3 months or whether you do it in 6 months. I'm just doing my job, telling you what I'm going to be doing. Whether you follow or not, that's up to you. Whether we have 6 months left, whether we have another year left, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But what I do know is when this game is over, it's going to be over very fast. It wasn't over, as I've mentioned, right? All this time I've mentioned it wasn't over because we didn't hit the peak targets. We didn't hit the peak targets. Because of that, this was still in play. We said the market hasn't topped out. The bull run did not finish. The bull run still continuing. And we do this based on the logarithmic chart, right? So Bitcoin logarithmic. Right, we do this based on the Bitcoin logarithmic, and we say, right, this line here is going to be our top. However, my target is BTC, and I'm being transparent. I'm going to literally exit BTC down here, even though it is, for example, right now, today, if we were to hit the top, it's showing me $125,000 BTC. So I would happily exit at this level at 104. So I'm going to exit 20k less than what the market is showing me, because I don't know how far this is going to go. This is when I'm going to be exiting and waiting. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do this move, right? So let's show you this, right? So I'm going to exit around here, and I'm going to let the Bitcoin carry on. So Bitcoin decides to go pump a little bit. Okay, pump, go to the moon. No worries. I'm going to wait for it to come back down to this level for me to re-enter again. If it doesn't enter this level, it doesn't matter. If it enters even this level here, so for example, I exited here, remember, if it comes back down to this level, it doesn't matter. If it comes back down to this level, it still doesn't matter. Or even in the future, if it comes back down to this level, it still doesn't matter. Do you know why? Because if you look carefully, my price is always going to be better than whatever these prices are. I'm always going to get that discount. Remember that video I made, right? The idea is I'm not selling for money. When I'm going to be selling whatever crypto I'm going to be selling, BTC, the ones I've bought recently, if I'm going to be selling here, I'm only selling them to reaccumulate and get more BTC. That's all I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it for the money. When I'm selling all my alts, right? So when I'm coming back here and I'm selling all my alts around here, guess what I'm doing that for? I'm selling my alts for the money. So I'm selling my alts to make sure I have enough money to buy for the next bull run. But when I come to selling my BTC, I'm selling my BTC to just accumulate and increase my portfolio and have more BTC. Does that make any sense to you? I hope it does, right? That's all I'm trying to do, nothing else. So I'm just telling you what I'm going to be doing, how I'm preparing myself. If the market looks like it's going to last for another 6 months, I'm not betting on that. I'm saying, well, if it says 6 months, I'm going to do it in 3 months. If it's showing me a year, I'm going to do it in 6 months. So I'm doing half the time of whatever it's showing me. I'm planning 5 steps ahead. I'm like, I will happily take 50% less profits than I could have made, right? Would have made. I'll rather take 50% less, but I'll be safer because I've got the cash to buy when I get that 60% dump. When I get that 60% dump, 70% dump, and a confirmation that we're about to, that was it, that was the bottom, I'm going back in again. Does that make any sense, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. That's how I'm planning to play this game. And hopefully, I have a winning streak, right? That's so far I've done all right like this. I've mentioned it many times before. I know I got too many videos, guys. I've got about 400 videos now because I've been doing a lot of shorts. But in 2017, I did the same thing. I exited around this line. 2017, I done the same thing. And then it was only about, I forgot how many days it was, right? After that, let me try and bring it on a weekly. It will be easy on a weekly. Right, let me show you this on a weekly. You're gonna see this and you're gonna be like, wow, okay, this is what's happened. Exactly, this is what happened. So this is, this here, right? So I exited on this line, and look how long it took for this to basically go and dump. Look at this. Right? It wasn't long. It was literally, this is when I exited. This is a week, 7 days. Now you tell me who can predict 7 days and we're dead. Nobody can. That's why I play on this line. I'm like, I'm happy on this line. And then I just waited. I waited. I saw the market come down, came all the way down here. I didn't buy because I didn't know if that was the bottom. I picked it up around here somewhere. When I realized this line was confirmed again, I said, now I'm re-entering. Now it's a good point for me to enter. So I didn't buy at the lowest. I couldn't time the bottom, but I picked it up around here and I said, that's fine by me. Let's carry on now. Do you know what I mean? So this is the way you play. You got to have your discipline to basically exit at a specific point. So this is what I'm going to be doing on this level as well. Same thing. I'm going to be exiting on this line rather than the top line. I don't care how high it goes. And then I'm going to be waiting patiently for it to come back to this line, you know, or it doesn't even matter, anywhere below this white line. So let me actually change the colors for you so you understand exactly what's going on. This is going to be, you're going to love this one. Let's make all of these larger and darker, right? Let's make these larger and darker. Let's make big. Make them big so you understand what I'm talking about. When I say top line, you know what I mean by top line. When I say bottom line, you know exactly what I mean by bottom line. And when I'm saying other lines, you know exactly what I'm saying by other lines, right? So let me color this yellow for you, make it nice and bright so you understand what I'm saying, and let's make it there. So this is going to be the line. Actually, let's make it green so you understand what I'm talking about. Let's make this green line, right? And then on the bottom, let's make this also a green green line, and let's change one perimeter, right? I want you guys to understand this. This is very important because a lot of people miss this, right? And let's make this one aqua blue. Boom. Right, let's do this. Let's show you, and I'm going to do, based on the colors, understand where I'm coming from, right? So what we're saying, when I get to that green line, I'm out. I'm out. That's when I'm exiting. It could last another 6 months. I don't care. That's when I'm exiting. When the market comes back down to this blue line, anything below the blue line to this green line, right, is a good buy zone. However, even if it goes down to the white line or drops below the white line, I don't care. As long as it's between the green line and the blue line, right? I'm going to wait. As long as it's between these two lines, that's when I'm picking it up. Exactly the same way as I did in 2018, right? This was in 2018, 2019, almost close to 2019. So you see what I'm trying to say here? When it got to these levels, actually, it was on a daily. So let me show you on a daily, because I am confusing myself. I didn't buy in 2019, guys. I bought in 2018. I bought again here, this particular level here, right? I bought it in 2018. Where was it? No, this. Yeah, here it is. Look, this candle here, look, on the way reverse. It was 2018 when I rebought it again. So I didn't buy this bottom, but I bought it here, just here. I re-entered because I saw it. It's gone back to the line. Anywhere within these two lines, great buying zone, because once we have this, at some stage later, we are going to see, right, us go above that line. And when we're moving upwards in a diagonal line, when we've got a curve, right, that is basically only going this direction, the price is moving that way. It doesn't matter. As long as I can buy within here, all I've got to do is wait for it to go above the blue line. I'm a winner. Do you know what I mean? I'm a winner. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope this kind of makes sense. I know there's a lot of mess on this chart, but let me clear it up a little bit. But do you understand what the game plan is, right? So that's my game plan, what I'm going to be doing. And this is the only video I'm going to do regarding this, because I have made many videos, guys, on how to take your profit, how to take your initial investments out. They've all been warning videos. I've been warning you guys over and over again, you know, non-stop. I've been warning everybody, right? I'm not even joking. You know, I've been warning everybody over and over again. And guys, it's coming. Are you ready? It's coming. Are you ready? You know, because this is a very powerful thing that everybody needs to understand. It is coming. Are you ready? You know, very important thing you have to understand. So that's what I'm saying. While everybody's going to be hyping everything, guys, I just want you guys to be clear-headed and understand the implications. We're in a safe zone right now. BTC, anything here is a safe zone. I'm not worried about this. But when we start pumping up, this is when I'm exiting, right? My BTC holding, and altcoins I'm going to start exiting as soon as we go back to this $58,000 level and start shifting one by one. You know, I'm going to do it in a layer. So one by one, I'm just going to exit. So I'm going to take my highest risk. The first ones I'm going to start selling is my highest risk, and then move away, come closer to my lowest risk, you know. And then, as I said, anything I'm hodling, those ones I'm going to be taking my initial out and just waiting on the sidelines. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be waiting on the sidelines. And when it comes to those buy zones again, I'm going to be picking up. So this video is not going to be hyping something and pumping something. I did my analysis in the beginning of the video. If you watched it right to the end, guys, like, share, subscribe, smash those like buttons. I hope you find value in these guys, because the thing is I'm not here to hype. I'm here to make sure that you start thinking. Because too many people are in this hype thing. It's like every time something happens, market moves up, everyone's bullish here. You won't believe this, right? This is so hilarious, right? When the market started dumping, no joke, all the social medias died out. All the social medias died out. Everyone became all bearish. Oh, that's it, it's the end. Everyone was predicting, oh, we're going to go to 10K. Oh, we're going to go to 5K. Oh, Bitcoin's bull run's over. Same hypocrites that did that now are basically doing the complete 360 and saying, oh, no, it's nothing like that. Oh, the bull runs, oh, it's going to happen, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Guys, come on. Even when we were down here, I was like, buy now. When we were down here, people are like, people are bearish, and I was like, this is when you buy. When there's blood in the market, that's when you buy. When we were down, and I was showing it to people, I was saying, look at these discounts here, look at these discounts here. If you were getting 70-80% discount here, that is the time to buy. Don't buy when we're green. You buy when we're down. And that's what I was saying. And I wasn't even looking at these 24-hour, 7 days or a month. I was looking at 90 days. I was like, look at this. We have a 90-day low. This is when you should be buying. This is when the blood was in the market. This is when Ethereum was around $1,700. Look where we are now. You see what I mean? This is when BTC was somewhere around $28,000-$30,000. Look where we are now. This is what you need to understand. You need to make your mind clear. Don't follow the herd, right? Don't go around. If everyone's hyping it, that's when you should be worried. Do you know what I mean? When everyone's hyping it, you should be worried. And remember, when the extreme fear comes to these levels, you should be excited, right? You should be excited, because these are the times when you're going to make money, and these are the times when you're going to basically sell to these people whenever, and you're going to basically always going to win, because you're one step ahead, you're two steps ahead. Your mind is clear. You know what I mean? Your mind is clear. So guys, remember this, right? So this is my final last warning for this season. I'll probably do another one next season. We don't know when it's going to be, maybe in a year's time, maybe 2 years time. If you're still watching me in a year's time, I'll remind you that I did this last time, because the same thing, 2017, but I didn't have a YouTube channel then, so it was hard for me. But this is evidence, this is proof that I've said it. Today's date, market. I'm telling you, right? This is how I'm playing it, and you'll see what happens. Hopefully, you know what, I want it to go to the moon. I want to be wrong. I want to lose. If I can, that's great. I'm happy. Even if I sell here, sell all my BTC here, and the market goes to like 500K, good on you guys, good on you. But this is what I'm doing, because I know what goes up must come down, and ultimately there is one pattern everything does. We're gonna go, and then we're gonna come down at some point, and that's when I want to buy. As long as my buy is better than my sell, right? As I said, as long as my buy is better than my sell, I don't see why I can't win, even if I'm wrong. So I hope this kind of makes sense. I hope you found value. Like, share, subscribe, share with everybody, and hope the strategy works. Thank you everyone for coming to the chat. Very helpful. Also, thank you very much for to all the new subscribers. You guys are awesome. You guys are killing it. I'm telling you, every day subscribers are increasing. It's insane. I'm loving it. Channel is really taking a move. It's really growing fast as well. I'm really happy with all of this. Throw all the comments, and also if you have any specific coins or anything you want me to talk about, guys, let me know in the comments. Upvote each other, all right? And the one that gets the most vote is the one I'm going to talk about on my next video. So if you have something unique, throw it out there. I'll talk about it. Not an issue, but only if it gets a number of votes. So let's see, you guys talk amongst yourself, and let me see what you say in the comments, and we move from there. So yeah, other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one very soon. I'm sorry I don't do crazy entertaining videos. Next time I'll probably do something for you, probably do some sort of a dance or something. I'm joking. It's not going to happen, guys. Adios, my amigos. I'm not going to do that, okay? So here, no entertainment, just serious crypto talk, nothing more, right? You know, we'll bash people if we have to. We'll beat it into them if we have to. We're going to teach them how to do it properly, how to not lose money. We're going to teach them how to stay clear, level-headed, right? Not clear-headed, level-headed. We're going to say clear, level-headed. Adios, my amigos. I'll see you on another one very